This is true in traditional companies. It's even more true in any company that has hybrid work, remote work, some combination of that stuff. And so the more flexible work you have, I think the more important this is. Now, I think this is true no matter what. But
Mm.
that being said, if you have any of that, right, it's a level 10 issue you need to be thinking about. What I notice is the best organizations, the best leaders, they may meet with their people, they may have one-on-ones, but most one-on-ones have kind of devolved into this dotting the I's and crossing the T's moment. This is this thing we do, and we track your whatever. And really, those meetings suck. Nothing really happens in them. Your boss is usually trying to figure out what the heck to say. They cancel half the time on you anyways, right? You're supposed to having these weekly one-on-ones. And even if you are meeting on a regular basis, well, what's happening in those one-on-ones? Probably one, that's the only time you get a chance to get your boss to help, give you the approval you need to do something.
Mm.
Two, tons of gossip and backstabbing and blaming. And like an employee can go in a little silo and say, well, the reason I can't get to my quota this year, I don't have marketing is just terrible. They're not doing
Mm.
what they're supposed to do, whatever. Instead, actually, before I go to the instead, let me finish. So I'm finding that those meetings are not what they were originally intended to be. And if you have a leader that's got 10 people or 20 people, that is 10 hours or 20 hours of time per week or whatever their cadence is that they're spending with someone one-on-one. That
Hmm.
is ridiculous. That is not what you hired that leader to do. And so if we shift that though, this goes back to transparency. What if we shifted that meeting into a team meeting?
Mm.
What if everyone knew everyone's goals? And what if we were all coaching and helping each other to reach our goals? And this is more like, when I used to go to CEO peer groups and we would come in and everyone knew each other's goals and what we were trying to achieve for our business. And everyone was there trying to give suggestions and help and support, sometimes to nod you and tell you stop being an idiot, like of what you really needed to get to where you wanted to go. And the power of the group to help you was so much better than just your boss trying to help you.
Mm.
Maybe you're lucky and your boss is amazing and is the best mentor you ever had. That's not the experience I hear from most people.
Mm.
Most people tell me their boss is not really that helpful and is too busy and doing too many things and is not really thinking about their career and is probably selfishly not really wanting you to get that much better because they want to keep you in that position for as long as they can. So push it into the team, make the team responsible for everyone helping each other's goals. That removes hours and hours and hours of these ridiculously stupid meetings we don't need to have. So now we free up people, we free up that leader to go do much bigger, more important things like trying to help us work better, thinking about our meetings, supporting team members that really need that support, right? I mean, there's probably a good 50, 60% of the people the leaders meet with on a consistent basis that do not need this kind of interaction or support.
Mm.
They're good, they're fine. They're not trying to be number one, they're definitely not number 20. They're doing great, they're fine. They need an occasional conversation, but like, you really need to meet every week. Right? It's silly. Now, in hybrid and remote, we're also losing out on the opportunity to share more information. We're having that one-on-one with our boss, but then like we can bump into people in the office. We have the water cooler, we have the lunch thing, we have that. I bump into the hallway and I found out that something changed with the project. If you're having one-on-ones with hybrid and remote employees, they know nothing. The siloing just got worse. And so it's even more important that we deconstruct those one-on-ones back into more team and group meetings to facilitate more information, to create more transparency in the organization, right? Now, can you still have one-on-ones? Of course. You're working on a project with someone one-on-one. Great. Someone's having a problem. You need to meet with them. Sure. This person is really underperforming. Go and coach them. Go and have some one-on-ones for a period of time. Fantastic. something terrible is happening. I mean, like during COVID, I did 15-minute one-on-ones with my team, my senior team for like 6 months because everyone was freaking out. Like it was a really special, acute moment in our history, right? We, of course, we
Right.
needed to like touch base. Um, but when I removed all those one-on-ones, the amount of hours I got back, right? Fantastic. And we systematize this across the organization, across thousands of employees. Scores went up. Engagement scores went up. How they viewed their boss, those scores went up. How they viewed me as the CEO, those scores went up. How they viewed the company, those scores went up. Right. So it wasn't like people were, oh my gosh, I need my one-on-one to feel happy. No, I think this is an archaic old thing. This is a bit like taking a saddle off a horse. The first time, Henry Ford rolled a car off the assembly line, if you took a saddle and put it in as the seat and said, well, that's what we used to do, that works, right? And no, I think we need something different now, right? We have this new way of working. We have Zoom, we have Slack, we have this sort of fast forwarded, much quicker, much more agile version of work than what we had 50, 60 years ago. We can't keep doing the same antiquated, crappy version of career development. There has to be a new way to do it. And we have found that this works extremely well. Instead of individual therapy, it's group therapy, right? Instead
Mhm.
of one person helping you, it's a team helping you. And that always has been better for every organization I've ever worked for.